alliances into power. Years later, his grandson Ashoka took the throne. Ashoka is regarded as the most famous king of the Mauryan dynasty, for he declared war and took over Kalinga, but was so changed by his experiences in the battlefield that he chose to live the rest of his life and to direct his empire in the ways of nonviolence, morality, and religious tolerance. He created an important law code that the empire would use for the rest of his existence. The Mauryan political arena was very stable and centralized, leaders doing everything in their power to prevent anarchy, which they regarded as the ultimate evil. Just like the Mauryan Empire, the Gupta Empire had very strict social classes in which a person really couldn't move up or down much. Most social standing was given to men, but women were allowed to pursue certain fields of education and work, such as teaching, healthcare, government work, and art. Sati was very rare, but still took place in rural areas, and women were expected to get married and have children. In their free time, people would gamble on animal fights, wrestle, gamble on wrestling, and do other athletics. They just really liked gambling, apparently. The Mauryan Empire had very strict social classes in which a person couldn't marry, associate, or work outside of their specific social class. Although, compared to other societies around the world at the time, Mauryan women had relatively high status and were educated if their families had money after educating all their sons, and enjoyed almost all the same jobs as men did, the women did. In their free time, people attended theatrical shows, dances, performances, musical concerts, and gambled a lot. The Mauryan Empire, especially under the rule of Ashoka, was very religiously tolerant and spiritual, believing in ahimsa, the concept that all human beings had divine energy within them and to harm another person is to harm yourself. Human life was valued very highly, so obviously life-saving medical sciences were advanced in this period. State-run hospitals and doctors, midwives, and nurses paid by the government gave free treatment to all patients. Also, the arts prospered in this period, especially stone sculptures and creative architectural styles. The Golden Age of India occurs under the Gupta Empire in math, literature, art, and science. Mathematicians developed the concept of zero as well as the decimal system based on the number 10 and the concept of pi. Gupta scholars believed the earth was round and kept a complex solar calendar, and developed herbal remedies and created an early form of plastic surgery to treat facial injuries. They also printed anatomical and medical guides for doctors and healers, and vaccinations against smallpox were created. Art and literature also flourished, with new genres of literature written in Sanskrit and different art forms blossoming. In sum, the Gupta Empire was less focused on the organizational aspects of their society, such as a centralized government, and more focused on creative and intelligent ways to further their society.
The Mauryan and Gupta empires were classical Indian empires that came about during the rise of Indian culture from 1500 to 1600 BCE. Both empires were started by Chandragupta Maurya and were founded in the year 324, the other in the year 320. Another main leader was the ruler Ashoka. The main religions of the empire varied due to change in their leadership. The Mauryans were predominantly Buddhist, while the Guptans were mostly Hindu. Both empires fell due to a significant amount of political disunity and government fragmentation. Due to the newfound caste system brought about through Hinduism, the social divisions were strong in the empires. There was also a decrease in women's rights. The use of monsoons were essential in agriculture,